What's up guys, how's it going? Today I just want to do a video on this BD Diesel Howler kit. It's my VGT turbo setup I have in my 5.9 Cummins. I've had it in for almost 6 months now, so I want to do a kind of review video, showing you guys what I've learned about it in the past 6 months. I know a couple guys were asking about it as well. So yeah, this is that video. But yeah, if you enjoy the video, please like it and subscribe. If you got questions, ask in the comments, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram at Dark Iron Diesel. But yeah, let's get at her. So I have a pretty cool video I did on the install. It's more of a vlog style, so if you're not really into the how-to videos, this one is more kind of fast-paced and it's cool. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to see how I installed this turbo. And also I'll put a link down in the description to this turbo on BD Diesel's website in case you are interested in it for yourself. But as you can see, you get the two-piece manifold. This is their performance turbo, so this is the BD Diesel Screamer turbo. I believe it's 64.5 millimeters. It's basically a stock 6.7 Cummins turbo, but they hone it out or bore it out, whatever, make it bigger. And then here's your actual controller that controls your VGT. There's a bunch of wiring. Yeah, it actually wasn't too bad to install though. So my truck is a standard transmission, and I can't explain how aggressive this exhaust brake is with this turbo with a standard. I can just downshift through all the gears and I almost don't even have to use my brakes. As long as I give myself enough time to slow down, a little bit longer than usual, I don't need my brakes until right at the very end. So that is a huge pro for this turbo setup. Another really cool thing about having this turbo setup is how fast your truck warms up. Now, my truck already has like a factory high idle built in where it idles to about, 800 or 1,000 RPM, something like that. But now with this exhaust brake, if you keep the exhaust brake on, it's going to close those vanes, which is when it gives it that almost like fighter jet sound coming out the exhaust, and that puts a load on the engine and it warms up super quick. And then once you hit 172 degrees Fahrenheit, I think it's set at, then that's when it cuts out and it just goes back to normal idle. But I'm going to show you how fast this thing warms up. Today it is minus 15 degrees Celsius right now, which calculates to about 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And I haven't even had the truck plugged in or nothing, so we're just gonna start her up and I'll put a timer on it and I'll show you how long, and we can watch what my coolant temperature is at through my MM3 tuner. And yeah, I'll show you how fast this thing warms up. So if you can see this, coolant temperature right now is at 16 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and up to temperatures around 170 or 180. So I'll start a timer right now actually. I just fired it up. Okay, started a timer. Truck's probably been running for about 30 seconds already, but you'll get the idea. We'll see what it takes to get it up to temperature. You gotta love this sound though. Honestly, this was the biggest selling feature for me, is just having a loud exhaust brake. And I don't know, I guess I'm just that guy, but I love this sound. It sounds so good when you're coming off the highway. Just, oh, I love it. I almost wish that the exhaust brake would wait like 30 seconds or a minute before it kicks in. Just because if I remote start my truck, even if it's plugged in or not, it's just like that exhaust brake kicks in after like 5 seconds of idling. And I don't know if that's really good or bad for your engine. It hasn't seemed to have affected mine, but it's just something that it would almost be better that if it knew your engine was cold, it would let it run for, a minute before kicking in that exhaust brake. But I mean, you can't have everything, can you? All right, so we've been running for about 5 minutes. There you can see 4 minutes 40 seconds. We're already starting to I turned the fan down just to make this video, but we're starting to thaw, and our coolant temperature is at 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, like I said, it hasn't even been 5 minutes. we're already melting the screen and or our windshield, and we're at over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's actually starting to get warm in here. Now remember, my truck wasn't plugged in. I don't have a coolant heater. I don't even have a winter front on it. But it's warming up just nicely, so we'll have a look at 10 minutes to see where we're at. All right, coming up on 10 minutes here, and we are at 143 degrees Fahrenheit. So we got about another 40 degrees to go. So we'll see how long that takes. And yeah, my truck just factory idles at 1,000 RPMs when it's cold. So it's just doing that right now. And then I got my switch right here for the exhaust brake, and the exhaust brake's on, so it warms up way faster. All right, so 15 minutes here. The truck is completely thawed. I can get this water off my windshield. Let's even see the factory temperature gauge. We're up. We're at 172 almost. Yeah, there you go. 172. As soon as it locks into 172, you could hear, I don't know if you could hear that, but my exhaust brake just shut off. The high idle will stay up for a little bit, because I mean up to temperature is probably more like 180 degrees Fahrenheit. But yeah, 15 minutes, and we went from a cold truck, not plugged in or nothing, to up to temperature. So that is just a super cool thing I like about this turbo. Like 15 minutes before, you know, half hour and it wouldn't even get this warm. I know I mentioned sound before, but just it sounds so good. We'll listen to it again here. Another thing I like about it is that it builds 40 pounds of boost all day long, which is way better than my stock turbo on this 5.9. And I don't really have any engine upgrades that are even like this is the Screamer turbo, so this is the bigger one. They recommend having 90 to 120 horsepower injectors, which I will have soon. I just haven't actually picked on a company for them yet. But I'm going to get 120 horsepower injectors, and then BD Diesel makes a bigger CP3 pump. I think they call it like a 12 mil stroker or something like that. I don't know. But I'm going to get that bigger CP3 pump, and then I'll get CCS tuning to make me some different tunes for this thing. And then I'm really hoping I can get it up to, you know, around that 650 horsepower on this old 5.9 Cummins. So yeah, but it's got so much power, so much boost, and like I said, I don't really have the internals to even support how much boost it can make yet. I think the only downside to this turbo setup is that I don't use cruise control anymore. It's not that I can't use cruise control, but the VGT computer runs off of your throttle position sensors. So if your foot's off the throttle and you're using cruise control, it doesn't sense, you know, if you're going up a hill, it doesn't sense that you're kind of pushing into the throttle, right? So if you're going up a hill, it doesn't build boost. Even just driving down the highway in a headwind or something, you know, it doesn't close those veins and build boost. So I noticed that if I'm driving with my cruise control on, first of all, you have to shut the exhaust brake off, and then you can set your cruise control. But it just, my EGTs go up and my fuel mileage goes down. And like I said, if you have to go into a headwind or you go up a hill, it just bogs your truck out because it doesn't actually know to close those veins. So that's probably the only downside that I can see with this turbo setup. Now, it's not that big of a deal to me because I rarely use cruise control anyways. I just never have, you know, like growing up, I didn't have vehicles that had cruise control all the time. So I just never really used it, and I still don't. So it's not a huge deal to me, but yeah, that's probably the only negative thing I have to say about this turbo setup. But overall, I'm super pumped about it. I'm super happy with it. I can't wait to see what it can really do once I get this bigger CP3 and these bigger injectors. But yeah, like I said, if you're interested in kind of checking out the install vlog, I'll put a link down in the description. I'll also put a link down to this turbo setup on BD Diesel's website, so you can check that out. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.